What's the deal, y'all? We're Sharper tapping in 10 in Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same, cracking the same here at 10 Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button. We're gonna bring you something. You feel me? You feel me? Giving you that good knowledge, giving you that good knowledge, though. Giving you that good knowledge, though. Good knowledge, you ain't finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. Tap in with the tap in to make sure you are in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? You feel me? Notification bell here, all stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. We finna jump into this content, but before we do, make sure you hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button for everything we got going on, and we need y'all to make sure you are subscribed to richtraphouse.com. If you want to be a part of this Rich Trapper Mafia, you feel like you can give us some news we can use and some knowledge we can't get in nobody's college, tap in with us on Instagram, TRAPNEWSNETWORX, Trap News Network, for us to be able to tap in with you, and you will be able to get into this Rich Trapper Mafia, become a live correspondent. It's a paid opportunity. Let me know about something. We got Conrad, we got Bricc Baby, we got Brandon, and maybe a potential junkie. Let's see what he's talking about. Bricc Baby says Luce Cannon tried to get him a snitch on Big U. Let's go.
So, where are you at? How much have you spoken to Bricc in recent memory? Do you believe that he has been experimenting with the transgender?
Brandon, you got to dress better, bro. If you get on no jumper again with the motherfucking Nike shorts and a V-neck, I'm going to fire your ass up, nigga. You out there with ankle socks on. Brandon, you got to dress better, my guy. You got to dress better, my guy. Love you to death, bro. You got to dress better, my guy.
There's free Bricc. I'm just going to let that one hang.
You know my bro like that. Booka book. No.
Oh!
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I mean, I know so. I know he ain't doing no shit.
I don't believe it either. Especially if we have to take Luce's word for it. How you feel about Luce right now?
That nigga's a clown, bro. Don't fuck around.
I want to see the George Jefferson. Cause
that nigga Bricc. Hey, bro. Hey, Bricc, man, just stay on top, man.
Straight up.
You've been talking to him a decent amount? You worried that you're not going to see him on the streets for a while?
To the stay on top.
A good Shelly lays on his belly.
I talked to him like a few days ago. Yeah, he tapped in. Just some quick, like, you know, brother, I love you and shit.
It is tough to be someone who is making a ton of gay jokes on the podcast, and then you get locked up, and we keep making those jokes. But that shit is just not funny in there, like the way it is here.
But like, I'm gay.
It's not funny there. We know what you are, Lush. We know what you are. It's not funny out there the way it is. It's not funny at all.
It's through my combos with Bricc. Like, I don't tend to initiate it, but he will. You feel me? Like, he'll make a book
Why
joke.
did you just do a gay snap?
I
was like, I don't tend to initiate it.
I guess it's
Oh, man.
Tend to initiate it, but he will. You feel
that nigga Brandon was like, what's up with you, bro?
I mean, like, he'll make a book
Why
joke.
did you just do a gay snap? It was like, I don't tend to initiate it.
I guess it was appropriate. I guess we were talking about book.
His inner Dejan came out.
Did you see the snap?
I saw it, yeah. We got a little zesty on that side of the table. For sure, this is the hetero side.
The engineer got up and walked out. Like, fucking shit.
It's like you said earlier about osmosis.
Hey, man, it's on him.
That's rainbow.
And in this case, it's in him, but I'm bumped.
Through me. Lush Rainbow?
Rainbow Lush. That's your stripper name. Not a Bricc ass.
Yeah, no, of course.
But, yeah, I mean, the most recent development that I spoke about on the Whack Pod is that Bricc told me on the phone that Luce asked him to snitch on Big U.
I believe it.
This came out of Brick's mouth. I wish I had a recording of it so I could prove it, but that is what he told me. And, you know,
I could believe some corny ass busted like that.
Given how many lies Luce has been caught up in over the course of the past couple months, and really you could go back to like his whole existence. I mean, even like saying that he produced Bodak Yellow for Cardi B, etc.
That's insanity.
It's just like, it slowly just feels like acting like Luce is not a compulsive liar is hard.
You know what's crazy though? We were saying that for the longest, but Adam, you platformed that liar, and you platformed his lies, and you cheered on his lies, and you stood next to his lies, and you'll sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, it was whack. Nah, my nigga, you was on the loose caboose. Now you switching up on a loosey caboosey. You was on a loose caboose, bro. Why you switching on now? You was just riding a loose caboose. I'm trying to figure it out, man. See how they switch on you? Adam, you was just riding the loose caboose. Now all of a sudden, you feel me? Barnacles work.
harder and harder to justify.
Well,
I feel like I've given him as much reasonable doubt as I possibly can, but at this point, it just feels like pretty open and shut.
Let me ask you a question. If you were in Brick's situation, let's say loosely in that situation, you don't know that. Maybe you do know the details. I think you know everything. Would you snitch on Big U?
No, not if I had sworn myself to the gangster code.
You would take like 80 years in prison.
Neighborhood code.
It's hard for me to put myself in that
You're
position because
lying.
I ain't done it.
This nigga be singing like a goddamn,
I mean, yeah.
like a canary. Look, man,
That's why I'm not going to
family.
become a gang member today.
But
It's
so
because
would
it
you
seems like a
snitch?
bad
If
deal.
they told you 75 years, unless you tell us some incriminating information on this dude, would you snitch? Honestly,
Doesn't sound like too bad of a deal.
would you do it?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
But here's the
Adam for sure would tell. We all know it.
I'm telling you, 99% of gang members,
But also, yes.
human beings would tell, bro.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
At a certain point, reality kicks in. Like, I don't know this like that. That nigga was a paying
But
my
Luce
bills.
does know Big U like that. They
well,
spent a
here's the
lot
thing.
of time together.
That
Years.
doesn't mean you know
Luce,
somebody.
I was really rooting for him. I was pushing for him. I was supporting him. But him getting caught up, or him getting Dirk caught up the way that he did, is really.
Lush will snitch on you, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
That's why everybody I'm
Never,
around,
never,
I'm not
brothers.
trying to give them
Never,
anything that they
brothers.
could snitch on me for.
Yeah.
And there it is right there. Don't give them nothing to tell on you for, bro, because you know everybody around you, including Les Show the Smucker, will go ahead and snitch on you, bro. Definitely go ahead and snitch on you. I'm glad that you're aware.
To snitch on
Don't
you in
tell
the
me.
police car.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me
It
anything.
was all Adam.
Never.
I tell people, don't tell me what you do. So when I say I don't know, I'll be telling the truth.
I personally don't trust like the police, but whatever. Like you know, what it is. Like they gonna be
But you caught him on the Crips, had no jumper.
what they be. But ultimately, I was rooting for Luce. It's a shame that him just having a conversation with Dirk and telling him like, "Yo, you gonna get academics on the phone. This gonna be good." But he doesn't even know that Sharice Mills on the phone too. And then all of a sudden, like Dirk's being interviewed by Sharice Mills by proxy. That's
Like Luce getting Dirk over in that situation is kind of mind blowing. That this guy who was always kind of like a C-level player in the no jumper drama is now taking one of the biggest rappers and up him getting his freedom, which I don't know if it's as simple as that, but it seems like it's mostly as simple as that.
Well, I mean, he's literally his bail was not. It wasn't just him because they said 12 different conversations, but the one that they made note
so
of.
Luce Cannon fucked up Dirk shit?
He did.
Okay, so the reason why
He
they
didn't mess it up, but he helped mess it up for sure.
rejected Dirk getting bail is because
Never forget
one of the
that,
main
Never forget that ADAM22 was snitch on Big U.
reasons that they named was, oh, he's using the three-way call system inappropriately. And the only recorded example of that is the fact that Luce basically was on stream with academics talking to him on the phone with his girl on the phone, and he got Dirk to come over and talk on the phone, which I think he had kind of promoted in advance.
He did. There's a flyer for
And
it.
Dirk clearly didn't understand that he was on stream because Sharice, Luce's girl, starts asking interview-style questions like, oh, Dirk, do you feel like it has made you closer to your family since you've gotten locked up? And you can kind of tell in Dirk's voice that he's like, what? Like,
Who's
he
this
doesn't
person on the
understand that this is on stream and it's being recorded. And he probably wouldn't have consented to it if he had known. But
Yeah, who the hell want to sit down for an interview with Sharice Mills? Who is jumping out the window for an interview with Sharice Mills? Come on now.
we all know Luce. Luce knows that being adjacent to rich, successful people is very powerful. So he basically hoodwinked Dirk, one of the most famous rappers in America, into getting into the situation, which is mind-blowing because you got to think like Dirk's guard is probably up for getting into shady situations with dudes. But hey, LA up one.
Yeah, but we can't fully.
Definitely not LA up one. He's an idiot. That have nothing to do with us. And that nigga's from the IE.
We found him in LA. I don't know.
In his bail hearing, they said that there's 12 incidents, I believe, of him doing that. So,
Oh, so that was just one. Okay.
but that's the one that they
That's the one that's the most popular. That's the most noted.
made note of. That
Right.
they said, hey,
Pretty notable.
Luce is playing to win. That's what y'all don't understand. When the ship is sinking, the rats ain't, they all run into whatever corner to get.
But he's still got to do 4 years in Riverside County, supposedly, for a whole other
what I-
charge.
Not a supposedly, nigga. This is paperwork.
But what I'm saying is,
Regardless, Luce, regardless of what happened in this bad case, if he does, let's say, and even if Luce is fully cooperating based on the nature of his charges, according to what I've looked up on ChatGPT and all that, he said he'll probably still have to do a few years in the feds, even if
They might
he
give him
do
time
cooperate.
served.
But they might. But regardless, on top of that, he has a whole other case in Riverside County he got to deal with. So.
listen, Luce, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, bro, because he clearly gets the picture. The rest of these dudes, I think, are operating based on what the no-jumper audience is going to think or something.
Luce for sure is operating in favor of the audience.
No, but he is no,
it's
Luce
He's operating in favor of himself. That nigga don't care.
How much is Sharice dictating?
Luce is operating in favor of himself. He's literally right now actively trying to get people to incriminate themselves so he can go back and take that to the feds and be like, look, I got some juice for you.
But Luce has been incriminating himself for as long as we can remember. I mean, he's the one who released the footage of him beating the dog shit out of somebody in the alley here. A crime that he easily could have got away with absolutely no evidence.
He wanted to do it.
Yeah, he wanted that shit to be out there so everybody would be scared of
We
him.
know for sure that was Luce that released it.
Well, it was released by IBM Hoodlum, which is basically a Luce Cannon fan account.
Okay.
Well, we know this guy might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, right? We know, like, anybody would get up here and talk like that. Like, I got family members like that. They're like, you know, a little delayed. No offense to him, but he's just kind of one of those people who's hopelessly honest.
Yeah.
You ask him a question, he can't help but answer it.
But this guy is dishonest.
No, but what I'm saying is, Luce, I think Luce gonna come out on top of this whole situation because there's always people like that who come out on top for some reason.
Wax said that he's the most evil person he's ever met in his entire life, which has got to say a lot. Since Wax probably top 10 for a lot of people in the evilness category. Him saying that about Luce really says a lot.
So it sounds like he's in the perfect circle.
Yeah.
But
he's not in that circle anymore.
But I'd rather him be.
Can you imagine that Luce Cannon's the most evil person that Wack knows, and Wack knows himself? That's absolutely barnacles. And Brandon's making an amazing point. Luce Cannon's going to come out on top because he's going to tell on everybody he's not going to. He's all about self-preservation. Everybody else is so worried about what the next man thinks, what the next man thinks, what the next man thinks. Luce Cannon don't give a damn. He's all about self-preservation. He's all about doing what he has to do for himself.
Yeah, real outwardly evil, overtly evil person, then be around a bunch of people who acting like they're something and they're really something else behind closed doors.
Because
for all we know, for all we know, they could all be telling on each other.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I thought someone was calling you.
I did. I was trying to call Jin Lee, but it went straight to the.
I'd love to hear.
Maybe we can get him to call in on the office, huh?
All right, man. So let me know what y'all think. We up out here to the next one. We up out here. We up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal is red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest, and it's free. I've been doing your tweets free. We are gone.